So this first story has been sent to me by Philip Newton. I've never had a horror story with ghosts. Mine have all been nice meetings. In 2006, I had been away from home for 9 months. And the first night home, I took my dog for a walk. When passing my neighbor's home, her dog came out as always and barked at me and my four-legged buddy. I didn't think too much about it because she would always do that. After returning home, I mentioned that our neighbor's dog welcomed me home by her usual barking. My wife looked at me funny and said, "It could not have been Casey because she died last winter." It was Casey though, that had been barking and running by the fence. Oh my god, that's creepy to be honest. So this next story has been sent to me by Anonymous. The first experience that I had was when I was 8. I can still remember this very distinctly. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a man dressed in a black suit with silver buttons on the jacket and wearing a silver and black bolo tie with a turquoise eagle standing at the foot of my bed, and he was sort of glowing. Then he waved and smiled at me as if to say goodbye. At that moment, I realized that he was my paternal grandfather. I told my mother about it in the morning, and she said that it was just a dream. I insisted that it seemed so real. Later that morning, around 9 a.m., 7 a.m. Rocky Mountain time, they lived in AZ, we live in PA. We got the news that he had passed away in his sleep that night. My mother didn't know what to think of it. My dad and I flew to AZ for the funeral. When we got to the funeral home, I saw him in the casket and was shocked to see that he was wearing the same suit and bolo tie that I had seen him wearing in my room. My grandmother told my dad that he had bought the suit and tie to wear to my cousin's wedding that was a few months away. She decided to dress him in it because he hadn't yet worn it. I've never told my parents or anyone about the suit and tie. That was 50 years ago. Wasn't it spooky? But still, it feels happy to know that our loved ones sometimes say us goodbye before they leave Earth. This next story has been sent to me by Anonymous as well. Had something interesting happen last night. Dog started barking like she heard a knock on the door. We didn't hear anything. But then I heard a knock inside the house, and Dad heard it at the door that nobody could get to, with a tall locked gate. Opens the door and nobody is there. Turned to go to my room and saw a golden colored human footstep back from the doorway of my dad's room. The foot glowed. Went in there and nobody there. Go into my own room to change and felt I was being watched the whole time. This is not a haunted house, so not sure what that was all about. What if it was an alien? This next story has been sent to me by Anonymous as well. This morning at 1:30, I was woke up by whistling in my house. Before I start, let me tell you that I have heard so many times that if you hear whistling, it means that there is a jinn nearby. What if there was a jinn? I live in the middle of 30 acres of land. I've had a lot of unexplained activities in my house, but this one made my hair stand up on my back. I searched the whole house. Just when I thought I was getting close to the sound, it would come from another room. Has anyone ever had this happen to them? So that was all from my side. I hope that you enjoyed today's ghost videos. And if you have any stories of someone you know or yours, then don't forget to DM me on my Instagram, that is Leneha Junsu. Bye bye.